You guys are the brave ones that are here at 3:45 on day 2, so thank you for being here. I've got the brave task of trying to mix philosophy and agentic AI. We're going to do a lot of you working. I've had the pleasure of going to 2 other B schools other than SEP, so in true MBA style, I'll do a lot less of the speaking. You'll be doing a lot of the working, hopefully easier for you as well. We'll split it into 3 sections. The first 3, you'll actually pretend to be LLMs, because we're all transponders at the end of the day. Second section, we'll introduce some philosophy. Neem Karoli Baba, if you've heard of him. And then the third section, I'll try and bring it back, time remaining, into how it might affect our business bits. This is actually from a Stanford professor. Some of you may remember it. Quick exercise for yourself. You can just paraphrase this in your head. Just read it and sort of, in other words, just get the meaning. Should be relatively simple. And if you're done with that, the harder or easier bit of the puzzle, how many F's, the letter F, the 6th letter of the English alphabet, in there? No answers yet. We'll do an auction. Any 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s? 1 7? No 7? Right, so I've done this so many times, I've never had the same answer. The right answer is 6. You were an LLM right then because pattern matching, which is what you do when you skim the slide, is easier. Deterministic reasoning, pretty hard. There are 6 Fs. Typically, people who said 3 or 4 would have missed a couple of the offs. You get the first 3, not the others. There are 6 Fs in there, not 7 or anything else. This one's interesting. The red dots are where bullet holes from the Second World War. These planes came back, and we kind of reinforced them and sent them back. Do you see the issue? Survivorship bias, they're the ones coming back. If you see the bits that are not in red, pretty obvious then. The cockpit, the fuel tanks, the wings, really the bits that needed to be reinforced because those were the ones not coming back. So you were in LLM again, right? Pattern matching, survivorship bias. This one's my favorite. I typically do a live demo of this, but won't do it today because of the time constraints. So how many people think the human is hungry? Hands up if the human is hungry. Hands up if the bird is hungry. So that's pretty good for using English as a coding language, right? So no matter what you do, you can't get over the fact that the prompt is in English. I have fun with ChatGPT. You can do this tonight, actually, or later this evening. So I start by saying, chicken's ready to eat. What do you think? What's the probability? Human or bird? Like 50-50, all right. I read this in a book. The guy's saying it is a farmer. What do you think is the probability now? Ooh, interesting, 70-30, maybe bird is hungry, just because I said farmer. All right, now I give you a clinical piece of information. Sunday, 7 p.m. Birds usually eat around this time. It goes 100% the bird is hungry. No chance it's human. But it's Sunday, 7 p.m. The farmer's kid's also pretty hungry for a chicken. And then it comes right back to, oh, then it's 50-50. So the point is LLMs are not good at telling us how self-aware they are. And for a bank, which is what I work for, accuracy going up from like 80 to 90%, great day for engineering, can still take me down 10 times over, that difference between 90 to 100. As someone was saying, regulators demand deterministic precision, and we're dealing here with systems that are not that great across those 3 issues, right? That's the first bit. Second bit, the philosophy. You're going to have to bring out your phones, take some photos, and use ChatGPT or whatever other LLM you prefer. That's Neem Karoli Baba. Very interesting guy. I had no idea about him as well. Apparently influenced Steve Jobs, which I knew, but also Mark Zuckerberg and recently Jack Dorsey. So I was curious, what about him, sitting in the foothills of the Himalayas in Rishikesh? How is he doing this? Why are these people going there? So obviously I created a prompt, which you're going to do now. So before you do anything about Neem Karoli Baba, you're going to set up your control set. Just take a photo of that slide, upload it into ChatGPT, press enter, see what it says. You might do this with me, and I've highlighted leader because later in the evening you can also change it for dad, mom, friend, partner, whatever, right? And obviously the answers are going to be based on whatever you have been interacting with ChatGPT about. Second step, give it some context. Now you start your Neem Karoli experience. Again, take a photo of the left bit of it, and repeat the same question. So now you've given it a persona, right? We talked a little bit about that with sort of the synthetic agents and stuff. You've given it voice, context, focus, and specificity of ask. See how the response changes. The data set is still whatever you've used ChatGPT for all your life, right? Step 2, change the setting. On the banks of the river. Calm. Talk to me in not actions, but reflections. A little bit of twilight, and see how it changes. We still haven't changed your data set. We've just changed focus and context. And step 3, this is critical for organizations, is memory cleanup. This was actually in my career, this was one of my pivotal moments, figuring out that memory cleanup made such a difference to agentic requests. And here you see we kind of try to refactor it. We kind of make it into a matrix of your different selves, like career, professional, financial, and a bit of time element, past, current, future. So everything it knows already about you, it already knows this about you. It's in the memory somewhere, right? And they keep upgrading their memory and stuff. All we're doing here is giving it some structure. And you see the difference. Same question again. So first question was a control set, no context. Second question, introduce Neem Karoli. Third one, introduce the river setting. Fourth one, do your memory cleanup, and repeat the questions again. And what do you understand? It opens your world into what you can do with that same data set. I have a lot of fun with this. It's a little bit geeky. But now you can make your different parts of the selves. So you can make your past professional self talk to your current professional self, or your future financial self talking to your current personal self, because you gave it the memory structure. And it improves accuracy tremendously. I hope you have fun with this between now and this evening, and some of you can be brave enough to tell me what you found out. But remember, we didn't change the data. That's the key bit. So what does it mean for organizations? We're moving from prompt-based mega agents, where one guy is like being asked to do a lot of juggling balls, to almost like a teacher. One kid, throw one ball at a time. I just want to oversee it, so it's observability, it's explainability, it's traceability, words that have been used today. That's really where regulated institutions like us are. I'm going to circulate the slides, so there are 3 videos here that I really hope you can watch that are really, really good on this topic, including one at our beloved Stanford. I want to bring your attention to a little bit of some papers that have been coming out. There was actually one from Microsoft this week, done with the University of York, saying LLMs are shit, essentially, don't use them. One from NVIDIA a couple of months back that says SLMs, and I want to bring your attention to this bit. So they said that's bad, that's LM, language model, notice not LLM, so small language models as well. Here, LM, and if you can't read that, that's optional. So the bit that is controlling it, and some of you asked these questions in the earlier session as well, is software. Language model, optional node. NVIDIA calls it code agency. You mix that with your previous agent-to-agent stuff, so what we at Lloyds are doing is basically making an agent for every line of defense. We have compliance agents, audit agents. We can run audit every day now, run compliance after every conversation. We can look into memory like we never did before. We couldn't look at the RM's black book, but now we have session memory from the chat. There's a lot of positives. So what we're doing with this is bringing control back in the way backend did. I've got a paper there in my LinkedIn that you might find interesting, which is a little bit more about the whys of how this thinking comes about. What are the unlearnings we need so that you can think in new ways about agentic AI? And I'll leave you with 20 seconds to go with these thoughts. And this applies to managers as much as LLMs. Agency without context and reflection. You've seen that in your organizations. It's overreach. Reflection without agency is drift. With humans, trust is earned. With LLMs, all language models, it must be engineered. Those systems are not engineered systems, they're probabilistic systems. Engineering is deterministic. So in summary, with 0 seconds to go, the future of AI really depends, I think, like a comment that came from this side of the room, on a lot of reflection on us and how we control these systems rather than what we let them do for us. Thank you very much.